Bots and Books fans? This is Scorp1701, and tonight we are going to be taking a look at the Target exclusive Neca Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Pizza Club Michelangelo. And we have looked at the Leonardo, Donatello, and Raphael, bringing us finally to the party dude himself. And this actually may be a historic event because this may very well be the last Neca Toon Turtle that we look at on this channel. So more about that at the end of the video, but right now let's jump in to this awesome figure. As you can see, it is a very large box. It is orange. You have the Pizza Club symbol right here, which is kind of like a homage to the Domino's and Burger King Pizza Club or Burger Club, whatever they had back in the day. It has a little tile game symbol there, which is obviously for Domino's, and you got Pizza Club, and then you have Michelangelo in his little homage to the TV show itself when he introduced him. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Michelangelo is a party dude. Neca, written in that nice FHE format. Nickelodeon. On the top of the box, you just have Nickelodeon, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles logo, and warnings. On the left side of the box, Nickelodeon, Neca, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Michelangelo is a Party Dude, Volume 16. The exact same thing on the right side of the box, Deja Vu. Coming around to the bottom of the box, you do have some awesome credits for the box. And this is going to tell you everybody responsible for creating this figure, that what's in the box, some more credits for the box, and an awesome barcode. And you can scan that, and it may help you find this toy on the shelves. Alright, coming around to the back of the packaging, we can see a lot of cool stuff. You have the Ninja Turtle logo there. Collect all 4 turtles. Leonardo leads, Donatello does machines, Raphael is cool but rude, Michelangelo is a party dude, which we've seen for years in ad nauseum. So let's scroll in and we can get a brief read up on Michelangelo. You can pause the video, read that to your heart's content, but we must be moving backwards and downwards. On the bottom of the box, we do get some awesome product shots about what is in the box, and finally the Nickelodeon logo. So that is cool. And normally that would be the end of the box presentation, but this is the special Pizza Club edition, and every Pizza Club edition has a hidden flap at the very front. Well, it's not exactly hidden, I just said that to be dramatic. And when you open up the flap, you can see the awesomeness of Michelangelo inside the box. And you can see a couple of his accessories hanging out there with him. And over here you have a very nice picture of the figure. And that is really cool. And that is the packaging. And I don't want to see Michelangelo in the packaging. I know you don't. So let's get this party dude out and let him rock and roll. And here we have Michelangelo out of the box, and out of the box he stands approximately 5.5 inches tall, and he comes with a slew of accessories. Now, taking a look at the accessories we have seen before real quickly. First off, we'll start with this backdrop. Now, this is a neat little backdrop of a sewer exit from the lair, and we've gotten this with the other 3 turtles, so why not throw it in with Michelangelo? So, taking a look at some other accessories that he has, Michelangelo comes with an awesome VHS tape. And taking a closer look at Michelangelo's VHS tape, it is a nice standard VHS tape like we've got with the other 3. It has an orange square to denote Michelangelo. The sculpt and mold is the same all the way around. You got the white on the back for the 2 circles. And yeah, you can use this. Michelangelo can hold it and play whatever show Michelangelo's recorded on there. Probably how to make the grossest pizzas ever. He comes with a full pizza. It's round. It has a little smoother bottom than the others, I think. And the only thing that's definitely different is the toppings. This particular one has granola and licorice on a bed of cheese. So yeah, that is terrible. But I'm sure Michelangelo likes it, and he can eat it and hold it and throw it and do whatever he wants to with it. Anyway, that is his pizza. Michelangelo comes with 2 pairs of his traditional nunchucks. And looking at Michelangelo's nunchucks real quickly, they are your standard Neca Toon Turtle nunchucks that we've gotten in the last couple sets. The color on these are just a shade lighter than the originals, But it's always good to have extras because over time they will wear down on you, and having new replacements are good. And he can hold these obviously, and they can fit into the side of his shell. And I still wish sometime they would make one of these new NECA Toon Turtle molds with a belt that has nunchuck holders. That would be nice. Alright. And finally, Michelangelo comes with some alternate hands that we have seen before. And basically, Michelangelo's alternate hands are just thumbs up hand. He has his thumbs extended up. Like, dude, cool, gnarly, totally, I love it. So yeah, nothing that we haven't seen before. Alright, moving on. And we will eventually get to the brand new accessories, but first off, I want to take a closer look at the Mikester himself. And taking a closer look at Michelangelo, he is done in a nice dark green. He has a beautiful orange for his headband, elbow pads, his wristbands, and his knee pads. I love that. And standard shell on the front, broken up into different sections, brown belt with his initial, and pretty much that's it. He does have the expressionable head where you can take it and give it different expressions. At this one, he has a nice open mouth where you can see his red for the mouth and his nice pink tongue sticking out there, and that is really cool. Coming to his side, you do get a little shading effect going from about here, and then you can see on the back it's a darker color, and on the shoulders it's a little darker green here. Now the head doesn't appear to be shaded, and that doesn't really bother me much, but it is odd that they'd always do the shading, but they kind of forget to paint the head. That's alright. And coming to the back, got your nice shell section here. It's lighter brown with some dark brown for the insides, and that is cool. I like the way these turtles are designed. I've always liked the way the NECA did their Toon Turtles. Now, when we've compared the Pizza Club editions before, we have also brought in other turtles that were similar. So let us bring in, from back in the past, the 2-pack Michelangelo with the foot soldier. And this is one of the first NECA Toon Turtles that we reviewed on the channel back in the day. And then let's also bring in the Michelangelo from the Turtles in Disguise 4-pack. And this is a really cool group of Michelangelos. Now, we know that the head on the 2-pack Michelangelo is going to be smaller because it doesn't have the ability to change expressions like the Pizza Club and the Turtles in Disguise Michelangelo. And essentially, the Pizza Club and the Turtles in Disguise Michelangelo is the same figure. They are just slightly repainted. And if you want to go all the way over here, the body and everything below the head is the same. So basically, these are 3 bodies that are the same, 2 heads that are the same, and then 1 unique head. So anyway, take a look at the differences. It will depend on you which one you want in your collection. They are all 3 very good Michelangelos. Now, the only Michelangelo I do not have out here is when they repainted them into the lighter green scheme, and I didn't like that one, so we're just going to go with these, I think, more toon-colored Michelangelos. So each of the Michelangelos have their purpose. You had your first releases here, which were great, and you had to get a hold of them because they looked really good. And then they put out the 4-pack with the expressions that you could change, which is great. And it's not a bad coloring. It's more glossy than this one, so you had a little different color there. And then you have the Pizza Club, which has the expression changing heads and a different shell coloring. So depending on which one you want in your collection and how much money you have to spend, you may want to seek out whichever Michelangelo's best suits you. And taking a look at the backs of them, not going to be much different in that respect. Shell coloring is slightly different, but hardly noticeable, and I don't think anything that would throw your collection off too bad if you were to mix and match the turtles. Anyway, it's going to be up to you which one you prefer. Again, they're all 3 great Michelangelos, and you might want to mix and match them to get a unique set of turtles, all different in some aspect. Alright, and that is what your Michelangelo is going to look like. Moving on. And for articulation, now remember, NECA figures are notorious for getting stuck after they've been placed in the box and sit for a while. So when you get yours out and manipulate it, I would suggest soaking it in hot water or hitting it with a hairdryer to loosen up those joints before you start manipulating them. So starting with the head can go around 360 degrees. It can wiggle to the left, wiggle to the right, go down, go up, and you got a lot of cool head movement there. Coming around to the back, you do have a movable bandana. It goes around 360 degrees, and it can go down and hinge up. So that is very nice. Now, this head is one of these specially new designed heads that can pop off and can come apart into 3 different pieces. You have a mouth section, a mask section, and a head section. So you can technically switch them out if you had any more. Unfortunately, Michelangelo doesn't have any other eyes, but you could switch out the mouths for different mouths that came with the other turtles, like the happy one and the angry one and the smirky one. So if you have those, that would be fun to mix and match. Coming to the shoulders can come up from the body and back down. It can go around 360 degrees. You do have a bicep rotation, 360 degrees there, coming down to an elbow bend. And the elbow bend is not 90 degrees, but it gets somewhat there. That will come down to a forearm rotation, 360 degrees there. And that comes down to your hand, which is again 360 degrees, and it is hinged. And this particular hand can hinge in and out, up and down, depending on where you have it set. Coming to the center of the body, now you wouldn't think that there is any articulation here because this is a solid shell, but no, he actually does have 360 degrees of waist articulation. That is crazy. Took me a while to find that, but now that I have, there you go. Coming to the legs can come up a long way. They can't go back that far because the shell gets in the way. They can go pretty much straight out to the side, so that is good. Thigh rotation, just a couple clicks left and right, and then that will bring you down to a double hinged knee bend, so that is good. I like that. And coming down to your foot, the foot can hinge down and up, and it can rock all the way around the world 360 degrees. So that is really cool. And that is some awesome articulation for Michelangelo. All right, moving on. And for one of Michelangelo's new accessories, he has this little chef hat, and it's nicely done. It's a solid piece done in white. You do have some tune lines and marks painted on here. So at the very top you got some, and on the sides, and pretty much empty on the inside. And it's sculpted and molded so that this little part up here will go on to any of the turtles' heads, and you can pop it on there. And it doesn't stay too securely, but once you get it on there, it fits all right. Just if you shake him around, it is gonna like pop off, but for the most part, yeah, it's there, it's nice. And like I said, any of the turtles can wear it and hopefully be happy about it. What's up with you, Donatello? But anyway, that is a cool new accessory. And for Michelangelo's next new accessory, he has his fish bowl with his pet fish, Maxwell. And this is really neat. You got a little fishy in there, and he's just a goldfish, and he's got some nice color to him. If you look down in the bowl, on the side of the bowl, you can kind of see him, his little eyes and his mouth. Got a little bit of fin, and the fins are a little different color than the whole body. They're a little lighter, and you got a little tail sticking out there. And that is really neat. He has a little sign in there. It just has some writing. It doesn't really say anything. It just has like line work. So I'm pretty sure it says something like no fishing or no swimming or something like that. And this is really cool. And Maxwell was in a couple episodes, I think. And one of the more prominent episodes, if you want to look for him, was Donatello's Degree. So yeah, that is pretty neat. And Michelangelo can carry him around. And this is a cool little accessory. And next in the box with Michelangelo is this little puppet dude. And I've really searched and searched, but I haven't been able to find much in the way of where this little dude came from. I'm sure he's an episode-specific item, but I couldn't really find anything. But he's nice. He's basically a static little figure. He's got a big head of brown, bushy hair. He's got some glasses, some nice eyes, cute little nose, and a big, bushy beard. Coming down, he's wearing a little blue apron with some tools in it, it looks like. Wearing a black shirt with some buttons and some blue pants with some black shoes. And coming around, you see on the back, he does have a little hole because he is a puppet. And, well, you can bring Michelangelo out like such and remove one of his hands. Like such, and then you could just put the little puppet into this little hand, and there you go. Michelangelo can start waving him around. Hey, this is my buddy Ron, or Jim. Actually, if I was to guess, it kind of does remind me of Jim Henson of the Muppets. It kind of has the big bushy hair and stuff, so I don't know, maybe this is an homage to Jim Henson doing puppet work, so that is really neat. And Michelangelo can wear him and, you know, play around. Hey dude, this is cool. I think this is cool also. And that is going to be Michelangelo's puppet. And for Michelangelo's final accessory, he comes with the awesome, huge Gorgonzola! And I think this is the TMNT universe's answer to Godzilla. He is a huge monster lizard, and he is green, and he has some cool yellow eyes, and he has some nice yellow teeth sticking out of his ugly little mouth. Has some green arms reaching around with nice yellow spiky fingernails, nice purple coming down his midsection, and he has some big, huge, honked feet sticking out there with some, again, yellow claws. Coming around to the back, he's got a lot of warty detail on him, and his little tail is sticking up with some more purple underneath. So this guy is huge, and he's ready to stomp and destroy your city! Actually, no, he's not. He is barely over an inch tall. He is very small. And this is probably a toy that Michelangelo has, seeing as how Neca has put out figures of Godzilla. Doesn't seem too far-fetched that in Michelangelo's world, the Neca people have put out toys of Gorgonzola, and Michelangelo can hold him and play with him, and Michelangelo can have him by his side while he's watching the Gorgonzola movies on the television. And I think that's pretty cool. And that has been Michelangelo's new accessories. Moving on. And for comparison, here you have the Pizza Club Michelangelo with some other NECA Toon Turtle characters. You have Master Splinter, April version 1, Bebop, the Shredder, and a Foot Soldier. So yeah, I've always loved NECA's take on the Ninja Turtles. They made them as cartoon looking as possible, and the scale is always really cool. But I know that's not what you want to see, so let's take a look at the core 4 brothers. And here, ladies and gentlemen, you have the Target exclusive NECA Pizza Club Turtles. Leonardo, Michelangelo, Donatello, and Raphael, most of which are sporting brand new weapons. Well, half, I guess, because Michelangelo's nunchucks are just slightly painted and nothing really changed with Leonardo's katanas. But look at that awesome effect with Donatello's bow and Raphael's cool new side design. That is really neat, and I am so happy that I have these 4 awesome turtles in my collection, that I could actually keep them in my collection, and they were not part of a box set, and they look great. I am so happy with this set of Ninja Turtles. This is almost perfect, because to be honest, nothing's actually perfect. Alright, that is your comparisons. Moving on. And this has been the Target exclusive NECA Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Pizza Club Michelangelo. And this was a great figure to take a look at. The only problem is we've took a look at him before. This Michelangelo is a repaint of the Michelangelo that was released in the Turtles in Disguise 4-pack a few years ago. And I'm okay with that because, one, I love this sculpt and mold. The head is the head that is changeable with the expressions. I wanted this figure apart from my 4-pack so I could just have it without breaking up the 4-pack. And the Pizza Club edition gave me the sculpt and mold that I wanted. If I want a new expression on him, I will have to switch him out with the other Pizza Club turtles, but that is a small price to pay than trying to find another Turtles in Disguise 4-pack just to have them out of the box. But that's just my reasoning for purchasing him. I also enjoyed the new accessories. The old accessories aren't too bad either. We had the VHS tape and the pizza, which was unique to all the turtles. Gorgonzola was a cute little add-on to Michelangelo here. Their version of Godzilla, I like having that and adding it with the TV accessory from the accessory pack. The puppet, it was cute. It was functional. Michelangelo can actually stick it on his arm, and that's cool. Run around with it, pretend to do some ventriloquist work. Chef's hat, neat little accessory, take it or leave it. The Maxwell goldfish, that was fun. It's always neat to have little pets for the turtles and things that they can interact with. I will warn you, do not touch it in the bowl because it is very fragile and you might pop it off of its little stand, and then you'll have to use some super glue. Don't ask me how I know, but anyway, just don't touch the fish. But anyway, guys, that is going to be the totality of what's inside the Pizza Club Michelangelo box. And I did enjoy this set, and I think you will too if you haven't had the opportunity to purchase a NECA Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Toon Michelangelo before. If you have, then you may want to pass on this. It's going to be up to you. But again, if you've never had one of these turtle sculpts and molds in your collection, I would highly recommend it. You may be able to find it still on the Target shelves, and it will go anywhere between $37 to $40 on the shelf. Online, they're going anywhere from $50 to $100, depending on where you find it. And that is going to be the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. And going back to the very beginning of the video, when I mentioned that this may well be the very last NECA Toon Turtle that we review on this channel, I will go into that by saying that there have not been a lot of solicitations from NECA to do any more of the Toon Turtles. Usually they put out previews of, well, this guy's coming and this guy's coming, but I haven't seen a lot of that. They have pretty much done almost every character that you could imagine, and some I wouldn't have imagined that they would do for this line, and I think that's great. And with that being said, I think they're going to turn their attention now to the Archie Comics Ninja Turtles, because they have been putting those out recently, and they seem to be selling pretty well. If they put out standard editions of the Archie Turtles, I think they may look really good, and I may be tempted to purchase those and review those for the channel, but they wouldn't be the Toon Turtles, they would be the Archie Comics Turtles. That's a big difference there. Now, there is a big controversy going on right now with NECA and having to do with Donatello's lab, and the gist of that is they sent out the first batch of labs twice to the same people, so that means people got 2 of them. They sent out an email saying, hey, please send the second lab back. Here's a printing label. If you don't do it, then we will kind of stop you from ordering stuff in the future. They got some grumblings, and so they sent out another email because they never knew when to stop, saying, hey, if you do not send the lab back, then we're going to charge you for it, and you're preventing some other collector from getting his lab. So that came across rather threatening, and I'm sure a lot of NECA customers did not like that, and the fact that Federal Trade Agreement says that if a company sends you something that you didn't ask for, then they can't charge you for it. So I think NECA's blowing the smoke right there. Now, the bad thing is there is probably some collectors out there who are waiting on the labs, and if it were me, I didn't order the lab, but if it was me and I got a second one, yeah, I would probably send it back. I mean, it's a toy, it's great. You could make money off these things. Were like $300. You could sell it on eBay for probably $6. And essentially it all comes down to your ethics and your morals. Is it something you want to do? Is it something you feel is right to do? Is it something that, you want to take the time with? Yeah, they made a mistake, they could eat it. Or, yeah, it's the right thing to do, let me send this back to them. But whatever the outcome, I think NECA's decision here left a bad taste in a lot of people's mouths. But anyway, that's what's going on with the NECA controversial concerning Donatello's lab, and I hope there's a satisfactory outcome for all involved. That is the video. I do hope you enjoyed it. I hope you have a great night. And until next time, keep playing.
Heroes in a half shell. Turtle power.